So this is a 1-bed, 1-bath, around 600 square feet.
And my first can afford for the money I have.
So if, like maybe if you were a guarantor.
You have to see about that.
Really? Okay.
Awesome! So, we need to talk about Natalie and her unreal entitlement, because it's crazy. In the first Single Life episode on season 4, we learned that Natalie brought her mom to the US, and she then made a very impulsive decision to leave Florida and move to LA. This delusional woman moved to a very expensive city with no job, no car, and no place to live. So what was her plan, you ask? Well, it was to rely on Josh. Her on and off again love interest was supposed to help her out when she arrived. He's supposed to help her find an apartment and get a job. But there was a very big question I had while watching all of this. Did this guy even know how much he was expected to help her? Because I don't think that she meant for him to just help her find an apartment or find a job. I think she wants him to really help her. I'm talking like fully support her financially. Because Natalie, you see, is a complete nut job, and she came to LA with very high, unrealistic expectations that she made up in her crazy head. Does this guy have any idea what those expectations really are? Because I'm betting on no, he probably doesn't. I don't think that Josh has a clue about what kind of fantasy Natalie has cooked up in her mind, but I caught on to her. Right when Natalie got mad about Josh not picking her and her mom up from the airport, and then made that comment about getting this hotel they could barely afford, even though it was actually pretty nice. I saw it. I saw what she's really up to. This woman is not just here to try to make it in Hollywood. She's here to guilt Josh into making her full dream happen. I don't necessarily think she expects Josh to make her famous. I think that she thinks that she can do that on her own. I mean, she believes she is some sort of rare gift to Hollywood. But this woman did not move across the US to struggle. She's not saying it outright, but she has the expectation that Josh will give her the apartment of her dreams, the job of her dreams, and a relationship that is endgame. And none of those things are realistic things to expect from Josh. Because he is not in this relationship to give her these things. I really think that he's in this relationship for exposure, nothing serious. And it's not really his responsibility to take care of her anyway. Natalie's going to have to work hard on her own to give herself her dream life. Josh is not going to do it for her. And I think that she started to realize that at least slightly at this dinner when Josh said he was leaving on a long work trip again. Because here on planet Earth, in reality, Josh has a job and he travels a lot for that job. And nothing about that has changed. And when she realized that Josh's entire life didn't just pause because she came to Hollywood, and we do not in fact live on planet Natalie, she completely lost it. And her comment during her meltdown verified all of this for me.
I want you to be happy.
I do have a home, obviously.
What do you want me to do about that? I'm supposed to magically give you a house?
Cancel 6 and you're gonna stay with me and find this place.
Yes, Josh, cancel your trip for your job that supports you, your kids, and your random rented cars for Natalie. Do this because she needs someone to hold her hand while she finds an apartment. That sounds insane, doesn't it? She knows this guy's job involves a lot of travel, but in some twisted Natalie universe she lives in, it makes sense to drop everything for her. And going into episode 2, where she looks more terrifying than ever, sheesh, they do make up after that whole parking lot meltdown, but Natalie is still acting like without Josh, she will be on the street.
What about looking for apartment? What's gonna happen? Like, come on. I don't know how I'm gonna survive, what I'm gonna do. This is scary.
So I'm thinking that this does confirm that Mike finally cut her off, because these next few scenes of them actually apartment hunting are really weirdly put together. And I'm not just talking about that scene where Natalie is sniffing a tree for good luck, which she has done on this show before. I couldn't find the clip, I had it somewhere, but that clip is so funny because she's acting completely insane. But anyways, it's really the whole approach they have with trying to find her an apartment in her price range that I just don't understand.
So this is a 1-bed, 1-bath, around 600 square feet.
And my first can afford for the money I have.
This place is $2,000 a month. And the whole time they look at it, Natalie's face looks like all pouty like this.
In Florida, you could rent like much cheaper. Money I have, like it's not much.
So then why are they looking at places that Natalie says she can't afford? Why? What's the point? And then in the next scene, they talk about the requirements to rent the place.
I don't even have a credit.
Yeah, it's totally understandable. Like maybe you, if you were a guarantor, to be the one to have the credit check.
So Mike had to have rented her last place in Florida for her or co-signed something. He was supporting her financially, that makes sense. And now she wants Josh to be the new Mike. And they're acting like Josh wasn't expecting that. So her little sad face earlier when they were looking around at the place was to set up the whole, oh no, I don't know if I can afford this small apartment. Oh no, I don't have credit. Oh no, don't let me and my mom be homeless, Josh. But Josh is not falling for it.
You have to see about that.
Really? Okay.
Her face. Her whole plan to get him to be the new Mike is not working how she planned. She's 38, right? And she just expects this guy with no hesitation to take over and support her. You gotta wonder, she's been married 3 times. This has to be her pattern. And the wildest part about this is she's still technically married to Mike here that we know of. This is an actual quote from her previous season of The Single Life. So pretty much after she admitted that she was still married to Mike on paper and married 3 times, she talked about how she jumps into marriages. And this is what she said. 1 marriage, I got divorced. I met my second husband, I jumped into marriage. I got divorced. I met Michael, I jumped into marriage. And now she's trying to do it again. She's trying to get rid of Mike and marry Josh. I think the only thing stopping her is Josh. I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again. I don't really like Josh, but it's because he's obviously in this to be on TV. I think he's using Natalie, but now obviously Natalie is trying to use him.
If you really find something for decent price, something suitable, wouldn't you help us?
You know, I'm not sure.
But in this case, though, him not falling for her trying to guilt him is hilarious to me. Natalie is literally trying to guilt the guy into taking care of her and her mom. And she's trying very hard.
You need to feel secure. I'm in your country. Alone with mom.
She's acting like he brought her here. He didn't.
I would do this to him. I would never said, oh, okay, I just find a place to live. Bye.
Natalie, geez. You had a place to live with Mike and then you said bye to that. Good luck trying to get this guy to pay your way.
Big Ed the Bee wants to remind you to subscribe to this channel. If you don't, he will fly into your house and body shame you.
It makes no sense to go to the gym and then go to 7-Eleven and eat nachos.
So they obviously leave without getting the apartment because Josh won't just pay for it. Please let me know what you think about all of this. I just don't understand how she feels so entitled. Like she's expecting someone she's barely dating to just jump in and take care of her and her mom. She even said at the beginning of the first episode that her and Josh hadn't seen each other in a long time and they wanted to reignite their relationship and see where it went. But apparently that also comes with the requirement of having to house Natalie and her mom too. And get her a job, and I'm sure she's expecting to get married somewhere in there. Even though she's still technically married to her 3rd husband, she is such a mess. And on the next episode, Josh meets Natalie's mom, who I guess has just been sitting at the hotel by herself this whole time. And I'm guessing that when Natalie finally realizes that Josh is not going to marry her or financially support her, that is when we see Mike come back like the preview hinted. I am still shocked by the entitlement from Natalie in this episode. Her just trying to guilt this guy was hard to watch. Not as hard to watch as Tyree getting stood up on that date on national television though. Oh my god, that was so sad. I might have to make another video about that. I just hope that Natalie gets a good job, takes care of herself and her mom, and stops hopping from guy to guy, marriage to marriage, trying to find someone to fulfill these grand expectations she has. I hope that she is her own hero this season and she finds her own way. Again, let me know what you think and I will see you in the next video. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!